The highest-ranking US State Department official to visit Taiwan in more than 40 years has landed in Taipei on Thursday afternoon.
But we didn't even know he was coming for sure until today. So what's he here to do? We'll tell you all about it in today's show. I'm Natalie So.
And I'm Andrew Ryan. Let's check out the stories on our radar.
U.S. Undersecretary of State Keith Krach is in Taiwan to attend a memorial for late President Lee Teng-hui and pave the way for bilateral trade talks. Krach is the second high-ranking U.S. official to visit Taiwan in the past 2 months. 2 Chinese military aircraft entered Taiwan's Air Defense Identification Zone on Wednesday, the latest in a series of saber-rattling moves aimed at intimidating Taiwan in the past few weeks. The planes were warned off by Taiwan's Air Force. Conservation group BirdLife International has ruffled feathers by cutting ties with its long-standing Taiwanese partner. The reason? They say the Taiwanese association was a risk because it failed to change its Chinese name and signed a document saying that it would not promote the legitimacy of Taiwan's government or advocate Taiwan independence. Taiwan's government has blasted the move, saying that politics has no place in the world of wildlife conservation. The central county of Yunlin has long been a center of traditional puppetry, and with COVID-19 under control, an annual local celebration of this heritage is going ahead. The event is set to start October 1st, but this week, puppetry fans got a preview of what to expect. And under the radar this week, it's the upcoming swim across Sun Moon Lake on September 27th. There will be measures in place to keep COVID-19 at bay. Participants must respect social distancing rules, and swimmers will have to bring 2 masks, one of which they'll carry with them in a waterproof bag as they swim across the lake.
Now for our words of the week, time to guess Andrew.
Okay, my favorite thing. Rambutan.
Rude.
Rude.
Rude. It's
Rummy? Rumors.
rumors, that's right. So there have been a lot of rumors about Keith Krach's possible trip to Taiwan. We didn't know until today. It's kind of strange. We didn't know when he's coming, if he's coming, and what he's doing here. But we'll try to tell you what we do know, and that's going to be part of our show.
Yes, excellent word there. You ready for mine?
Yes.
All right. Are you ready? Are you?
President's preparation. Prepared.
So the thing is if you don't know if somebody's coming, you should be prepared just in case they do.
That's right.
I have a feeling
including us, right?
That's right. I have a feeling
journalists.
that Taiwan knew that he was coming and actually was very prepared. There's another reason why I chose the word prepared. In the event of a natural disaster, you want to be prepared. And we're going to have a great life hack for you in today's show. We're going to tell you how to get a go bag ready to go.
That's cool. All right, let's put these on the shelf.
We now turn to our top story. U.S. Undersecretary of State Keith Krach is in Taiwan on a 3-day visit.
But why all the secrecy? Well, it seems that the U.S. is trying to downplay the trip because the U.S. State Department says Krach is here to attend the memorial service for former President Lee Teng-hui on Saturday. Lee is known as Taiwan's father of democracy.
Now, Lee responded to student protests for democracy in 1990 by ushering in Taiwan's first direct democratic presidential elections in 1996. Now, Krach is actually going to represent the U.S. at the upcoming economic and commercial dialogue with Taiwan.
Now, bilateral trade talks have been stalled since 2007. Now, why so long? Restrictions on U.S. pork and beef imports. But President Tsai recently announced that Taiwan will lift some of the restrictions, which has paved the way for progress on trade talks.
Now, both countries are looking forward to resumed trade talks, which are likely to cover things like 5G and also semiconductors. Let's have a look.
Taiwan and the United States are preparing to launch the economic and commercial dialogue with Mr. Keith Krach, Undersecretary of State, as the U.S. lead. I'm positive that this new high-level dialogue will take our economic relations to the next level.
In an online speech for a Washington-based think tank on Tuesday night, Taiwan time, Foreign Minister Joseph Wu said that Taiwan is lifting restrictions on U.S. pork and beef imports in the hopes that it will pave the way for a bilateral trade agreement with the United States. Economics Minister Wang Meihua says she welcomes the visit by Undersecretary Krach. He arrived in Taiwan on Thursday and is scheduled to meet with President Tsai Ing-wen and Premier Su Tseng on Friday before attending a memorial service for former President Lee Teng-hui on Saturday.
Now, Beijing is not happy about the trade talks or the high-level visits.
Chinese officials say that they will boycott U.S. officials that visit Taiwan. They also say that these visits could affect peace in the Taiwan Strait. Earthquakes, floods, fires, it seems like we've seen a lot of stories about these things in the international news of late. The question is, are you prepared for a natural disaster?
Well, today we have for you a life hack, how to make a go bag for emergencies. And here to tell us all about it is Catherine Wade. Hey, Catherine.
Hi.
So this seems like a perfect time to be putting together a go bag, not just because we've seen it on the news, but also this coming Monday is National Disaster Prevention Day, September 21st. It's named after that big earthquake in 1999.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And this year, the government is working with stores to make it easier for people who want to be prepared for an emergency.
An emergency bag is also called a go bag. That's because you can grab it and go in the event of an earthquake, typhoon, fire, you name it. But what should we be packing in a go bag? The Interior Ministry has worked with superstores in Taiwan to set up areas where you can get what you need. Interior Minister Xu Guoyong introduces some of the items that should go in your bag. Things like a flashlight, wet wipes, a Swiss Army knife, a whistle, as well as enough food and water to last you for 3 days. The Interior Ministry is also working with online shopping platforms to help people buy what they need for their grab bag from the comfort of their homes. The minister also explained the importance of securing your furniture as it won't topple in a big quake and installing emergency alarms.
So what kind of things should go into your go bag? You'll of course need enough food and water for 3 days, clothes that can keep you warm, and a first aid kit with any medication you might need. This is probably most important, your ID or copies of it. Small things like a flashlight, a radio, batteries, a whistle, a Swiss Army knife. And don't forget, before you head out, wear shoes to protect your feet and something to protect your head. It might be handy to have a few masks ready too.
So once we have these bags ready, where do we go in the event of a disaster?
So the National Fire Agency website has maps of how to evacuate and where to seek shelter down to each neighborhood.
Wow.
That's great.
That is great.
Here is one for where RTI is located. On the map, police and fire stations are marked for people seeking help, as well as both indoor and outdoor evacuation shelters.
So do you guys have bags? Now you know where to go.
It's interesting. I didn't know where to go.
I didn't know
until
either,
just now.
so thanks
thank
for
you
telling
for that.
us. Yeah.
I don't have a go bag.
I don't have one either.
You don't either? What about you, Kat?
I had one a few years ago, and I ate everything in it.
You ate everything in it? Oh, no.
The snacks, they expire.
You have to keep it full.
Yeah. It's something you should check every year on September 21st,
Right.
National Disaster Preparedness Day.
Right. So thank you very much. Now we know what to do. Hopefully we don't need one of these go bags, but now we know how to make one. And that is our Taiwan Explained for the week.
That's right. And if you would like to make one of these go bags, we'll have a whole list for you in the show notes below.
Another week, another hashtag double whammy. 2 weeks ago, I talked about how Hollywood actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt asked for photos of Taiwan for a project he was doing. Now, he didn't talk about what the project was, but we found out what it was earlier this week. It's a short film called Lost in Taiwan, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt co-produced it. It takes images and writings from over 150 contributors, and it's circled around the concept, when I think of Taiwan, I think of blank. Now, we'll have a link to the entire video in the show notes below, and now on to the hashtag proper. This week on Hashtag Taiwan, I want to talk to you about beef. No, I'm not talking about Taiwanese imports from the US, I'm talking about beef in the way Urban Dictionary defines it, which is to have a grudge or to start one with another person. The story behind this week's hashtag goes back to 2019. Man, judging by how long 2020's been so far, I'd say that's about 5 years ago. Anyway, back in 2019, protests hit the city of Hong Kong. People in Hong Kong were opposing a proposed extradition bill. That movement brought activists together online who came together to form the Lausan Collective in support of what they call decolonial left perspectives from Hong Kong. Sir Isaac Newton's third law of motion states that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. In this case, the formation of the Qiao Collective. According to its Twitter account, it is a collective of diaspora Chinese challenging US aggression on China. The Qiao Collective defended the Chinese government's crackdown on the Hong Kong protests. If you look at their Twitter account, they do post some pretty inflammatory stuff. So how did people respond to the formation of the Qiao Collective? Some with fire and some with parody, and by that I mean parody Twitter accounts. Back in June, the Diao Collective formed. It's a Twitter account that asserts China did nothing wrong, and it's just like a dialectic, man. It's snarky, it's sarcastic, and there's no taking it seriously. But the Diao Collective is not the focus of today's show. Taiwan's Twitterverse was bombed with dozens of other Qiao Collective parody accounts that popped up earlier this week. And by earlier this week, I mean like 3 days ago. There are so many of them, and more are popping up by the day. Nobody seems to have a clear idea of what spawned this trend. There's the Niao Collective, which is themed on birds because Niao means bird. There's the Meow Collective, which is themed on cats because duh. Then there's the Xiao Collective, which focuses on small things because guess what Xiao means in Chinese? And lastly, there's the Liao Collective, which surprisingly does not focus on me, Leslie Liao. You done goofed there, Liao Collective. The sheer number of these collective Twitter accounts popping up is getting out of hand. One of the accounts, I'm not even sure which one anymore, posted this picture of many Spider-Men pointing at one another. Then someone upped the ante and added even more Spider-Men with more collectives with names ending with IAO. And then another Spider-Man meme came out, this time featuring collectives that just sounded like they ended with IAO. They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but in this case, I think Spider-Man would beg to differ.
Today's brain game is a top 10, so these guys have 90 seconds to guess my top 10 list. And you know, the Pingtung County government won a big global creative marketing award for a travel video. Really cool video. We're going to show you guys in a little bit. But my topic is Pingtung and the destinations of Pingtung.
Oh, no.
These are recommended by the Tourism Bureau.
As soon as you said Pingtung, both Leslie and I, it was like audible groan. Oh, no.
Pingtung County.
Okay,
that doesn't help.
That doesn't help.
That doesn't help.
That doesn't help. Okay, well, we're going to see a lot of nice pictures today, and you're going to find out a lot about Pingtung County.
Oh, no.
All right, you guys guess the top 10 destinations of Pingtung County starting now. What?
The fire. There's a fire pit.
There's a fire pit.
It's not on the list. What?
Kanding.
Kanding, yes. What part of Kanding, though?
The beach. The night market.
No, there's more. There's some bigger, like, famous parts of Kanding.
There's got to be Pingtung Harbor or something, right? Like Pingtung Port? No?
The
national...
beach. The national park.
Yes, Pingtung National Park. Kanding National Park. It's the
oh my
national
goodness.
park. They have something else that's national over there.
They have some other national over there. Sea turtle nests? They got sea turtles over there. I did a story on that the other day.
There are sea turtles somewhere in Pingtung County. Where are they?
Xiaoliuqiu.
That's right! That's right.
Wait, I know another one. The Sandimen, the crystal beads of Sandimen.
That's on
Crystal
the
beads
list.
of
Why is that on it?
Kanding has another national.
Another national park. I don't know another national
something.
park.
I went to a tuna farm there once. It was nice. It was real nice.
I went to a nice tuna restaurant.
There you go, see?
Okay, wait. I think we do this. How much time do we have?
Okay.
Wait, no, we got time.
Okay.
I think that one of the things on the list is going to be the southernmost point of Taiwan, 最南点.
What's there, though?
Orambi.
That's right. Very good. The lighthouse.
Thank you for reminding me that.
Asia.
Thank you for reminding me that.
The most brightest
I give you
lighthouse
Xiaoliuqiu. I can
in
have that one. It's
Taiwan.
okay.
I know. The ancient battlefields of the Paiwan tribe, the Guzhancang.
Okay, that sounds nice, but it's not on my
Mudan.
list.
Why? You don't have any indigenous things on your list?
No.
Oh, I'm very upset.
Sorry about
Taiwan's original people,
that.
they should be highlighted in this.
Andrew's gone
should.
tribal.
I'm very angry. Hangchun must be one of them.
Yes, Hanchuan. They have actually an ancient city gate.
Okay.
Okay, the picture is the view from the gate. Very beautiful. Where should you go to watch birds? You can watch birds over there.
Oh.
Southernmost point of Taiwan. I'm going to start recycling all the things I said that weren't on the list.
I am so...
The night
How
market.
many seconds we have left?
We're done, I think.
We're done. Oh, okay. Let me introduce you. Dapeng Bay.
Okay.
Very beautiful. The Chifeng Wetlands, great place to watch migratory birds. A lot of birds down south, you know. You know, Taiwan's the best place for paragliding. Saijia Park, Air Park.
I could have swore that was
It's
in
down there?
Yeah, I could have swore it was in
No,
Luya.
that's the best. That's where they hold the national competition.
Oh.
Also, the National Museum of Marine Biology and Aquarium is down there. And Wanjing Catholic Church, where all the Christmas lights, it's from the Qing Dynasty, very historical church. Anyways, a lot of beautiful things to see in Pingtung. I think I got everything there. Yeah.
All right.
I gotta go
Alrighty.
Pingtung. Like,
But,
if anything, today was just
I
a
do
very
wanna
important reminder that I need to go
there's
down
so
there.
much to see there. It's really beautiful. And let's take a look at the award-winning video. Guess where we are? Well, we're not in any of the countries just hashtagged on the screen. We're in Taiwan, the southern tip of Taiwan to be exact, in the coastal county of Pingtung. This Pingtung travel video is called Where? And it was honored with a silver award. It won among over 4,000 entries at the US-based Summit Creative Awards. The International Summit Awards are one of the world's top creative marketing awards, and it's not hard to see why this video won. It's cute, it's fun, it's full of spirit and beauty, and it displays the myriad colors and destinations of Pingtung in a surprising and delightful way. The video was produced by the Pingtung County government, and Pingtung County Magistrate Pan Mong-an is pretty proud of the recent honor. He says the awards have a long history and tradition and are very innovative. Many countries competed, so we're really happy to win this big award. As you can see, Pingtung has a lot to offer. In our lightning round news quiz, these two guys have 60 seconds to guess as many questions from the news as they can. Feel free to play along at home. Are you guys ready?
Ish.
Kind of.
If that top 10 was indicative of anything, I got served some humble pie. So.
Okay. All right. So ready? Go. U.S. Undersecretary of State Keith Krach is in town. When did the U.S. Health Secretary come to Taiwan?
Oh, last month.
That's right. What has the Defense Ministry decided to do to keep the public informed of military activity around Taiwan?
It launched a new app to publicize photos and rights.
Cell phone warnings.
It's actually a website. It's on their website, real time, so we can check in anytime. What famous Taiwanese American says he is leaving China to go back
Jeremy
to the US?
Lin.
Yeah. What is the #1 cause of death in Taiwan?
Cancer?
Tumors.
Malignant tumors,
Yeah.
27%. A Chinese tech company with ties to the PLA has collected data on 2.4 million people in the world. How many people in Taiwan do they have data on?
1.2 million.
200,000?
2,900.
What, that's it?
That's it. Taiwan's number of COVID-19 cases went up to what number this week?
500.
That's right. In a CNN interview this week, our former Vice President Sun Yat-sen said, what was the key reason for Taiwan being able to contain the pandemic?
Masks.
Quarantine.
Quarantine and tracing. That's right.
All the
and
things.
a bonus question. Ghost month ended on Wednesday. What is something you're not supposed to say to the ghost on the last day?
Come back again
See you
soon.
next year.
That's right. And also stay, you know.
I want no ghost staying. You ever watched the Ghostbusters? That movie was all about telling them not to stay.
So I heard you went to Penghu during Ghost Month. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. So I went to Penghu, and I was just happened to be there at the midpoint during the month, and I stumbled across this amazing parade. And I want to show you some footage from that parade. So as you can see, this is a very blinged out parade.
Very lively.
All of the
fire.
pageants. Yes, seriously.
What's going on, man? Why is there fire? That's not a hazard.
What's the point of the parade? They're
So
trying to
this is,
say
I think
hello to ghosts? Or?
it's related to Ghost Month, and basically all of those palanquins that you see there, those each carry a god or goddess.
Oh.
So basically, it's sort of like they're bringing them on a little bit of a tour to say hello to everybody. They have them totally blinged out, as you can see, neon lights. They've got techno music to make it very approachable, but it came midway through the month, so I'm thinking that it has a lot to do with the ghosts. So,
all right.
uniquely Penghu version of this, and you can see the steps that they take. The guys that are carrying the palanquins.
Look at that. They're so synchronized. That's amazing.
So anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. I saw it and I couldn't resist taking some footage on my cell phone. All right, we're going to finish up today's show by asking the same question that Joseph Gordon-Levitt asked. When you think of Taiwan, you think of what, Leslie?
Caloric surpluses. Too much good food at cheap prices.
Nice. Natalie?
I think of beautiful coastlines.
Excellent. And I think of home, because this has been my home for most of my life.
Andrew.
That's sweet, Andrew.
Yeah, I couldn't resist. Well, thank you so much for joining us for this inside look at Taiwan this week. Be sure to connect with us on social media.
Yes, subscribe and leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. For Taiwan Insider, I'm Natalie So.
I'm Leslie Liao.
And I'm Andrew Ryan. See you next week.